If I were a pastor, I will stop complaining that these music ministers are charging to minister. On the flip side, if I were a music minister, come on, why charge because you've been invited to minister, to sing? But let's talk about this. How did we get here? What did they learn? These are people we raise now. The music ministers grew up under us. The pastors, what did you tell them about Christ? How did you present Christ to them? Because see, people will always give you back what you gave them. So if the music ministers today think that the only thing they can do to make money is when they are invited, then could it be that the pastors started it? You raised them. Okay, for someone like Pastor Building, for instance, he said it himself that he was a drummer in Living Faith Church. It means these guys grew up under you. They are watching you. They see how pastors live in opulence, total luxury. They see how you guys take your kids out on vacation. They see how you guys have everything you need in life. They are watching. They are human beings. They have need. They know very well that you speak about the gospel, but you are the ones enjoying the dividends of this gospel. They are watching. People are watching you. So what are we talking about? How did we get to this point? What kind of Christ did you present? One pastor said, if you are poor, you are a sinner. Are we there? We see the private jets. We see how you build schools that even your members cannot attend. We see, big cars. We see all manner of things. A pastor started a church when he was living in one-room apartment, but today he lives in a duplex, in a mansion. Yet he will swear that he has never collected one naira from the church. They are watching you. They are watching you. Is it their fault? How did we get to this point? And one would ask again, do you know the kind of trouble music ministers go through to produce songs? Most of these churches will never support you, especially when you're just starting. So imagine if a music minister went through all manner of a deal to to record a song and then produce it without the support of the church. Even when they ask for support, nobody wants to support them. Only for you to wax an album and then the entire world is hearing that song and then they begin to invite you. Why wouldn't you want to charge? What kind of support does the church offer these guys when they're just coming up? Of course, I know very well that there are churches, a church like Christ Embassy, that has been responsible for most of the big music ministers. Kudos to them. But 99.9% of churches in Nigeria will never support you if you are just coming up as a music minister. And then you expect those guys, when they've made it, when they've now been heard, to now come to your church and sing for free? Can we think along this line? Can I suggest this, please? Can the church, instead of complaining about the fact that these guys charge exorbitant amount of money to perform, can we start by removing the business element in the church? Yeah, last time I was about to get married, in a church where I was ministering as a choir member, when I approached the church for counseling, first of all, to pick up the form was 10K. That's business. That's business. Now that's just picking up a form. Do you understand now? 10,000 naira. Now what about after a few years now? How much are they charging right now? So first of all, the church needs to understand that we know that the church is a business premises. We understand very well that the church is a business center. So while you are doing your business and you are collecting money from left to right center, from every opportunity you have, when it comes to inviting these guys, you are complaining that they are charging you. How? So I advise, first of all, let the church remove this business element. We know very well that most churches will not even allow you wait in their premises, even as a church member, unless you pay. If you don't pay, nobody will give any space. You buy, a wristband, you buy handkerchief, you buy anointing oil, you buy all manner of, it's a business center. The church, as an average Christian, what we know about church is that church is a business space. So can the church remove the business aspect? One of the ways to remove the business element, first of all, is to sack any pastor who is on a payroll. Let them go. That is, what I'm saying in essence is that, can you begin to invite pastors to preach, not to employ them? If a pastor does not have a job, okay, can you remove this idea of full-time pastoring? Full-time pastoring means you're not going to have a job. The only job you have with your life is just that church. Is that now? How will they go any length to make money, to run businesses in the church? So let's do away with the idea of full-time pastoring. Once you start a church like Power City, invite people who are doing well in their own sphere of life. If a pastor is not doing well in his own sphere of life, don't invite him to preach. If you failed in your own field, why are you coming to preach? Are you there? So let's invite pastors who are doing well wherever they are, who are doing very well, so that they will come and be pastors. Meaning, you don't have to come and spend all your life in church. Do your job. If you have a business, do your business and then come to church. Therefore, we are not paying you any salary. What that also means is that the GO should not be paid any salary. Now, if that is taken care of, where pastors are no more on payroll, except maybe administrative staff, the only person that should be on payroll are those people whose skill you have employed. I mean, you have not employed any music minister, but if you employed a driver, you pay the driver, of course. If you employed an accountant, you pay them. Are you there now? These are people on your payroll, overhead cost. We understand that. So since the pastor is no more on any payroll, the pastors and the GOs are no more on any payroll, then can you begin to give us statement of account at the end of the month? Now, this is one thing I am still expecting even from Power City. Because as long as you're not giving them statement of account, they will always think that you are using their money for other things. Because the money is being deployed for what? For evangelism, number one. The money is deployed for overhead cost. The money is deployed for church maintenance and equipment. Then give us a breakdown of whatever you do with that money at the end of the month. Since the church is a community, even the early church made sure that everything that everyone brought was distributed equally and transparently. Everybody could see that whatever came in went out, equally. Are we together, please? So can you give us statement of account? Do away with the business element. Any pastor coming in should not be paid. You also should not be paid. And to make us believe that you are not paying yourself or you have nothing to hide, give us a statement of account at the end of the month. Not at the end of the year, but at the end of the month. Let us know that you are very honest with us. If these music ministers are watching and they are saying very well that this is what is done in a church, I am telling the truth, you will not invite any of them and the person will start saying, I need 1 million naira or 5 million naira or this amount of money. It's not possible. Now I'm back to the music ministers. Can't you see it yourself? And this is why I said if I were a music minister, I'm not going to charge anything. Can't you see it by yourself that the very top music guys in Nigeria don't charge? Look at Dusin. Look at, what do you call him? Bassi. I don't know about Sinach. I don't know if she charges or not. But look at those top guys. They are the ones at the top, yet they are the ones who don't charge. I think you should study them and then try to understand how they got to that level. How is it that Bassi does not charge, yet he's at the top, at every level, financially and every otherwise? How come that Dusin is not charging, yet he's not begging? Let's think about that. If you like, get sense.